Episode number 63 of BlackMenCarpool. I am your host, Black Wax, and I got my driver, Zay, in the cabin today. What do you say, brother Zay?
What's good, dog? What's good?
It's all good, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You know, some people, they say that for the first week. I believe in saying it for the first entire month.
All right.
Yeah, so most people are generally pretty optimistic during the beginning of the year. You get a fresh start. You get a new lease on life. You get a brand new opportunity to reinvent yourself, recreate yourself. Do you feel that way at the beginning of the year?
Not really.
Okay.
It's not ever about reinventing myself. However, I think I started a different path a while ago, but it's continued to sharpen my skills, continue to be able to be a better connector, and to be a better listener. That's really what I want to do for the new year, because in order to be a good advisor, you have to be a good listener. And a lot of times what I do is I don't listen very well, and I jump into what I already prejudge the situation is going to be. So that's one of my things this new year, is to become a better listener and to be able to really digest what individuals are telling me and to be able to respond in the best form or fashion I can.
That's definitely a good one. I think having adequate listening skills can definitely help you in whatever endeavor you choose in life. So I heard you had a birthday a couple of days ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How was your birthday?
Man, it was low key, honestly. I had my business partner in town, my other business partner, and we sat down, we spoke about some things, and ended up having a real late night, and so I didn't get the birthday dinner I wanted. However, Sunday my wife and I had a really good brunch, and that was kind of like my birthday breakfast / dinner for the day.
Okay.
But even for the day, I had a great day before I had to go pick them up at the airport. I had got my hair cut. I went and got a foot massage, which was really nice. And so, those two things were kind of the highlight of the day. I guess I'm getting old when you put that on a pedestal to get your hair cut and get your foot rubbed.
No doubt about that. You know, over the break, I had like a week and a half off from work. And the first part of the break, I was like an orderly and an Uber dad for a couple of days because my wife had surgery, and then my kids had all these places and things they needed to do. I had to make a couple of airport trips, so it finally kind of calmed down where I could kind of relax and do some things I wanted to do. And I really worked hard last year, and I rewarded myself, or I treated myself. I went to the spa.
Nice.
Yeah, I went to Spa Castle for like almost the whole day. I got there probably late afternoon, and I stayed to about 9-10 o'clock at night. And man, it was great. It was great. You need that time for yourself.
Oh yeah.
To unwind and to relax and recuperate. And the older you get, the more you really need it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm sorry, I get cranky at times when I don't get the sufficient rest and relaxation. My body starts stiffening up.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, really the way most Americans are brought up is once you turn, after depending on what route you take, after you end up working, after going to school, just time flies.
Yeah.
And you don't really have much time to yourself. And, if you have kids and a wife and a house, then your time is really taken up when you start working. And so, depending on when you jumped into this slavery, corporate America, your time is just taken away from you. So yeah, R&R is extremely important when you're in corporate America, especially when you get into higher ranks, or depending on the type of job that you have, that's going to take a lot away from your family, yourself. It's important to have those days where you get your downtime so you can regroup and you get back in the fight.
So when I went to the spa, they have areas for the men, areas for the women, and they have common areas. So I was in one of the common areas, and you could like lay down on this bed and they have like these infrared lights that'll beam down on you for like 5 minutes or so. And
what spa was this?
Spa Castle.
Spa Castle, okay.
Yeah. So, and they have one in Carrollton, and they also have one in New York. It's like an Asian spa.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I went to a King Spa one time, and I think it's a little bit similar. But
yeah, it's very similar. My wife and I went to King Spa last year, and so we both bought. Every time there's a Groupon, she's like, "Go buy this Groupon." So like, okay, cool, because it's basically half price when you buy the Groupon, so it's a great deal.
Yeah.
It's a very nice Groupon, and their promotion is definitely working. So I'm laying on this bed, and like a bed when you go into a hospital or a medical office, and they want to give you a little physical exam, what have you, one of those kind of beds.
Yeah.
And so the guy next to me, he's kind of cool, he's kind of chill. Well, I don't know if his girlfriend or his wife, who it was next to him, she would not be still. She would not quit talking. And everybody is pretty quiet, pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
She's like, "Who was that?" And she just kept moving and kept laughing and giggling. It's like, and I was thinking to myself, obviously she has not experienced enough life because she cannot appreciate this moment right now.
Yeah. You must not work.
Obviously not.
Right.
Because she cannot appreciate what this means right here, right now.
Yeah.
And if she works long enough, I'm pretty sure that'll change.
Absolutely.
So that was an interesting observation. Other than that, man, when New Year's comes around, New Year's Eve, that's kind of like one of my wife and I's favorite. That's one of our favorite holidays. We like to get out, turn up a little bit. This year we didn't really do a whole lot. We went to this restaurant, the Louisiana Street Grill. They had like a 3-course meal. They had a live band. They had a champagne toast, and it was pretty low key. But it was nice to have a good meal and a place to sit.
Yeah.
Because you don't always find that when you go to a New Year's Eve party. It's like, you got somewhere to sit, but there's no food. Or you got food, but there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
So it was nice. You guys do anything special for New Year's Eve?
No, actually, we did. So the game plan was to go eat and then go to a Stars game. The Stars game fell through. However, what I was really excited about is we went to a place called Amberjack.
Okay.
And it's located in the Trinity Groves out here in Dallas, Texas. It's kind of in the Oak Cliff area.
Right.
And man, the seafood was great. And we just happened to go there by chance because we walked in and they asked us if we had reservations, and I said no. And they were gracious enough to clear off a table for us. Because I guess that place is pretty popping on New Year's Eve. And so we were able to get a table. And man, the food was great. The service was awesome. They gave us some free champagne for the new year.
Right.
And it was just, it was all in all a good place. So yeah, if you're in the Dallas area, the Oak Cliff, Trinity Groves kind of boardwalk area, and it's a place called Amberjack. They have some really great seafood if you're a seafood junkie like myself.
No doubt. When we went to the Louisiana Street Grill, we had crab cakes. I got this redfish with this crawfish sauce on it, and then they had dessert like strawberry or chocolate strawberries. But their seafood, is Cajun based, and it's very good. We went back again on Sunday for brunch. My wife had another group on, and so if you are in the McKinney, Texas area, a little east of downtown McKinney, you will find the Louisiana Street Grill. Very good service, very nice ambiance, and the food is really, really tasty.
Awesome.
So
you said redfish. What's a redfish? Is that a type of fish?
Yeah. So it basically it tastes to me like a whitefish or cod, what have you. I didn't taste anything significantly different.
But it's called redfish?
Yeah, if my memory serves me correct, that's what it was, is redfish. But
nice.
Yeah, it was good. It's good, and all of their vegetables were like very, very fresh,
Mm-hmm.
very seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the broccoli was, and spinach was just perfect.
Awesome.
No doubt. So, I know you guys had big plans for the Washington State game. How did that turn out?
Oh, it turned out terrible.
Oh,
Actually, but the game turned out terrible.
Okay.
Let me rephrase myself. The game turned out terrible. However, we went to a rooftop bar in downtown Plano,
Okay.
and it was awesome.
is that the pizza spot?
I don't know. It's not a pizza spot. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to get it. But man, it's like right in the cut, and it's right from the dark station,
Oh,
right in
15th
front of
Street.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that day, out, most parts of the United States was cold. However, down
Right.
here it's like 80.
Right.
And man, it was such a perfect day to watch the game out on the rooftop, because I can't find too many rooftop bars up here in the North Texas area. However, in downtown you have a few, but up here I've been struggling to find a couple. And we found one. My wife found one, and man, it was off the chain. It was great.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice rooftop bar. I know you're talking about. I can't think of what the name is, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
And the downstairs area is really nice too. So yeah, we're finna go back there at some point in time. And, this crazy weather's, today's like 72, so I'm sure sometime it'll be hot, it'll be warm again throughout the days, and we'll get out there again.
Yeah, if you've never been to Texas, we have the most unique weather in the world. Very unpredictable.
Very unpredictable.
Yeah, it can be snowing one day, 2 days later it's 80 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're just not really prepared for snow in this area.
No.
We got a few little snowflakes, and that's 30, 40 wrecks all over the Metroplex.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm a big advocate of digging your well before you're thirsty, and Dallas does not really do a good job of that. Like, take for instance the tornadoes that came out last year after Christmas out there in Rowlett,
Mm-hmm.
and just tore up the whole place.
Right.
You'd think after a tragedy like that, even though we don't get too many tornadoes out here in Texas, we do out here in Dallas, we do get tornadoes in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes sense to put tornado shelters around the city everywhere. I think it's important to know where you need to go in case of a tornado, because it is very much realistic. And last tornado that hit was at nighttime, which is extremely scary because you don't know where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, they done messed around and tore up all those houses out there in Rowlett, and those people had nowhere to go. And it's still to this day the same thing. If a tornado is to hit Allen and the McKinney area, where are we supposed to go? And there's literally nowhere. Man,
that's a extremely valid point, because I've heard of some, people in other parts of the country have, bomb shelters or, tornado shelters, but that's something that we would really never even talk about out here. I've seen that sign though. There's a sign that's like, sign of a tornado is yellow, and it says, tornado shelter here. I've seen that sign, but it's very rare. I think I may have seen that sign at a bank or two. Have you ever seen it at a bank?
I've never seen it. I know where we work at, the tornado shelters are in the stairwell. However, last time we had a tornado scare in Allen, the sirens were going off.
Right.
However, there was nowhere to go. So it's like, what were we supposed to do? Find the nearest underpass so we could hide out? Like, I had no idea what to do. And so that's still something that I'm still mulling over as far as a safety procedure with my family.
Wow. Yeah, so most homes in this area don't have a storm shelter. And of course, we don't have basements in this area. And so, yeah, that's something to really, really think about, having a plan for your family. And definitely in the garage. I've never seen one in the garage. I'm looking at a picture online here of some in the garage. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely something that we can prepare for. And I think a lot of times in Texas, you know, natural disasters are so rare that we don't really plan for them adequately.
Right. Well, my thoughts on that are the people who live in your state are your biggest asset, because again, they pay state taxes, they go to work every day, they pay property, we all pay property tax. And so therefore, if a natural disaster like this is to happen and people are dying and people's houses are getting destroyed, that's going to take away from their working environment, so therefore they may not be able to pay their property taxes. And so therefore we need to do a better job as a community and as a city to really put some of these shelters in place, because again, it's not about if it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, it's about when it's going to happen again. And so I don't know, that's just a word of city council to kind of get their act right with that. But again, if the money doesn't make sense, then they're not going to do it. But to me, that is a very valuable asset to have, because of the fact of when a tornado does hit, at least people have somewhere to go, and not just like me, who listen to the sirens and are about to put themselves under a mattress hiding under the tub.
Right. So I know I've seen that tornado shelter sign at like in some commercial buildings, but never have I ever seen one locally at anyone's house. That is something I never really think about. Wow, we'll have to do some more investigative reporting on tornado shelters in Texas. No doubt. So let's talk about some New Year's goals. I write out my goals every year, beginning. I generally have them already set by now. I'm still working on my goals. I'm giving myself to January 31st, give myself that deadline to come up with goals for the new year. And before I go into the goals, I don't want to sound like I'm all over the map, but last year was our second year of podcasting. So now we're going into our third year.
Yeah.
So we're going into our third season, actually. So I think that's a major accomplishment.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years running strong. It's crazy. Time flies.
Yeah. So we definitely had some accomplishments. We had some great interviews last year. We recorded 20-30 shows last year. We got on iTunes finally last year, and one of my goals this year is to start shooting more video for our show. And we got it set up now to where whenever we publish a show, there's going to be an audio version on YouTube every show for 2017.
Yes, sir.
So we're moving up. We thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for your support. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, so we continue to grow. And whenever someone finds us on YouTube, it's going to show up as a view in our statistics as well. So that's what I really, really like. And so we're going to definitely try to bring you guys good content. We're just getting started. We just started carpooling back again this week. We've had some time off, and I was talking to a couple of guys today at work, and there was several news stories that I have no knowledge of. I've been like hibernating, so I'll be out of my hibernation by the end of this week, and I'll start paying attention to the news a little bit more and see if we can have some great discussions. So what are some of your goals for the show, and maybe even personal? You've already discussed some of your goals personally, so just for the show.
For the show, I just want us to really reach out and be able to add value to people.
Right.
And I think that was our main goal from Jump Street, is to, how could we add value to you, our listeners, because the more value that we add to our listeners, the more it's going to return back to us. And so my goal for the show is to figure out how we could add more value to our listeners, how we could either spiritually or financially, how could we help with your business, how could we help with your career path, how can we help you get back on track to where you thought you were going? And so that's my biggest goal for 2017. What about you?
Well, I want to create T-shirts, some more marketing materials.
Okay.
I think we do a decent job of creating, topics for the show. There's always room for improvement. We always want to give a quality product, but I want to, branch out a little bit more and create some marketing materials, some T-shirts that we can give away to our listeners or sell, or, just build our brand. That's what I really, really want to do this year, is focus on building a brand. And I think with the YouTube outlet, it's definitely going to help. And, just definitely keep pushing forward and moving forward. I noticed that, recording a show, uploading it, it's not all that technically challenging. But when you start to grow, there's a lot of things that I didn't know that I learned by doing the research. So I feel like I'm always growing by doing the research and, become more and more savvy. And I think in the end, we're going to have a lot more outlets, and we're going to have a lot more opportunities. And just by being consistent has opened some doors for me to learn how to grow this show. And so I just want to be consistent, and definitely want to grow, and just maintain our authenticity. I think that's very, very important. Yeah. So, and I want to collaborate a lot more as well. We got some good friends over there at Podcast Dallas. Our meetup where we collaborate or we discuss podcasting with other podcasters. And so I would like to definitely collaborate with them a little bit more. We collaborated with Darnell last year, and he started a new venture. And so definitely other people that I would like to collaborate with. But yeah, that's going to be a goal for 2017.
Sounds good.
No doubt. So you guys can find us on iTunes, Mixcloud, Facebook, Twitter, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube. So we are officially on YouTube. Hashtag BlackMenCarpool everywhere. That is the hashtag. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. I don't have any shout outs. How about you?
I want to give a shout out to the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, they put up a fight last night.
They fought and fought and fought. And their coach said before they went out on the field, and then he reiterated to them at halftime, is that we're going to win this game with love.
Wow.
And the reason why we're going to win this game with love is because we love each other, and we're willing to go out and we're willing to fight for each other. And that's what really got them to their victory. They did it with love. They looked out for each other. They looked out for themselves. And they went out there and they stuck to their game plan, and they won. It is an awesome victory.
Awesome. I watched some of the game. I didn't watch the final few minutes of the game. But when I went to bed last night, I'm thinking, okay, well, Nick Saban's going to do it again. He's going to pull out another victory.
Yep.
But nope, didn't turn out that way.
Nope, absolutely not. And it just goes to show you, when everyone's on the same page and you have that camaraderie, and you believe and you have faith in each other, and you love each other, and you're willing to go to bat for your brother or your teammate or whoever, your coach, it just proves that you will be victorious in the end.
Yep.
You just got to stay true and sell out to the program.
No doubt. So, yeah, definitely shout out to the Clemson Tigers. Congratulations on your victory. And I changed my mind. I do have a shout out. Let's go Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys. Cowboy Nation.
Let's go Cowboys. All right, this has been Black Wax and Zay, episode number 63 of Black Men Carpool. We'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.